Good morning. I look tired. I'm not really tired, but I just maybe I'm a little tired. Anyway, it's about 11 o'clock and I have been editing all morning. The Vlogmas grind is real, and but I've got the video scheduled to go up at 12:30 today, so I'm trying that upload time. I'm hoping to get a lot of housework done today, and I have a couple contracts to sign as well that I've basically forgotten about. I'm so bad. But Clover has been very patiently waiting for us to go for a walk. I know. Are you ready to go? You've been very patient, young man. Thank you. Okay, so far I've been really productive today. We went on a walk for an hour. I ran into one of my neighbors actually in the neighborhood, which was really fun, and we talked for a while. She loves Clover, and it's really fun when we run into her because he absolutely adores her, and he actually loves a few of our neighbors around here. Like, Clover's pretty lovable, like, you have to admit, and a couple of my neighbors really like him. One of our neighbors brings him like puppy ice cream on the regular. It's so adorable. But it just got me thinking. It was a nice walk. We didn't go to the park today because it's been raining, and I just don't feel like giving him a bath because it's going to be like super messy inside the park. But I was just thinking about how nice it is to have a dog and how nice dogs are. I'm watching my mop make sure she doesn't get stuck underneath the console, which I think she is. Anyway, I don't really talk a lot about my like childhood, but I don't have any brothers and sisters, and my parents asked me if I wanted a dog or a cat, and I said I wanted a dog, and they said, well, how about a cat? So I have had a cat since I was like 6, I think, And then I had a cat in my first year of graduate school. I moved into an apartment and got a cat, and I had a couple of cats since then. And my last cat, Paddington, who was like 16, finally passed away in 2015, I think. And it's devastating. It's really the hardest part about having a furry companion is knowing that you will outlive them. And those last few months and weeks were definitely one of the hardest times during my friendship with him. I had another cat too named Minnie, who was Paddington's like best friend, and I lost her at age 9. She had some sort of cancer. It was really bad, but it's just really just the hardest thing. But I've always wanted a dog. I love dogs. I had never been around like my own dog, so I have always really wanted a dog. There's something about the bond between you and a dog that is very different, that if you have not experienced it, no one can prepare you for it. There's something. I love my cats, right? I love them. I think they're amazing, and I had some really intimate times with my cats, not like in a dirty way, but like, you know what I mean. But nothing can prepare you quite for the friendship and the companionship and the sort of closeness that I have with Clover. And I was thinking, since I don't have any brothers and sisters, and I've always had a really active imagination, I always wanted someone to like have adventures with. You know, I was the kid who was like climbing trees and like looking at bugs and going and I like caught so many ladybugs and minnows when I was growing up, that I just wanted to go on adventures. And I had like a best friend in everywhere I lived, don't get me wrong, but I was a military brat, so I'd have to go and move every time and lose my best friend. It was really hard, so I always wanted that special... She's stuck. Anyway, I always wanted that special little companion to have adventures with. And I now realize why I have so much fun with Clover is I finally got that little friend. I feel like when I'm with him and on walks and when we're going places and we're exploring different places, I feel like I'm that little 6-year-old little girl, like having adventures, and I'm talking to him in public, and sometimes I sing to him in public, and I don't even care what anybody thinks. People are like, who is that crazy lady singing and talking to her dog? It's me. I'm crazy, and I don't know. Ever since that I have gotten him, I feel like my perspective on life has changed, because dogs don't live in the future. Like, they're not anxious about the future. They just live in the moment. And that has sort of changed my thoughts about how I should be mindful and try to live more in the moment and appreciate things as they're happening, and to try not to be so anxious about the future. I am very transparent about the fact that I'm an anxious person, just always have been. I cope with it. I don't take any medication right now. I don't feel like it's necessary. I just have gone to sort of a cognitive behavioral therapist, and I've developed some coping mechanisms. But I feel much more at ease when I have little Clover, and they're therapy for a reason. So sometimes a dog can be better than therapy. So yeah, so that I just rambling, just has some thoughts, Vlogmas thoughts. Anyway, I signed a bunch of contracts, which they've been piling up for a while, but you know, procrastination nation over here. And I did some grocery shopping, so I'm gonna buy my food for the week. And what else did I do? I plan my menus for the week so that I know what I'm cooking every night. And I also did a little cleaning up. So I think that I am just gonna be chilling for the rest of the day, which is awesome. I feel like I should be doing something else, but I bought a video game last night for the Switch that I'm gonna give a shot today. I really am curious to whether or not it's fun. It's only like a $10 game, so I'm hoping it's gonna be great. The cheapest like third-party games can be the best games. There was a game called Child of Light that came out for the Nintendo Wii U, which was a $15 game, and was one of the best, most beautiful games I've ever played in my entire life. If you Google it, it's gorgeous. It was like a Japanese style RPG game, but it had a little girl as the heroine, and it's amazing. Google it. It's amazing. Child of Light. It was a great game. Anyway, this game that I'm going to play today is called The First Tree, so I'm curious whether or not it's good. So I'm going to have a little bit of leftover butternut squash sopa and play The First Tree.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Butterflies. Where are the butterflies though? They're up here? Okay. Woo! Oh, that didn't work. Okay. No. Oh, for real? Oh my god.
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was gonna be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I had proved the ultimate point. But my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but...
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then.
So I played that game for a little while. It was actually really fun, and I'm still not sure what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm just supposed to gather the white little sparkle things, and maybe something will happen. I don't know, but it was fun. I'm gonna play more later, but I was playing a little bit of The Sims as well, just relaxing, and now I'm gonna make some dinner. Tonight I'm gonna make pan-fried falafel patties with tzatziki and tomato cucumber salad. That sounds fabulous. Okay, you guys, here is my completed dinner. We got some falafel cakes here and our tzatziki and our really interesting salad. I put some feta on it, and I also added some olives and some onions to it to make it more interesting. If you guys want the recipe, I'll put it in the description down below, but the recipe for the salad is kind of plain, so I added some things to it to spice it up. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this. All right, I'm gonna have my dinner, watch some 90 Day Fiancé, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another vlog, hopefully more interesting. I'm gonna make some bread tonight, so stay tuned. All right, you guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.